How is it going, my heroes, my villains, and everybody in between? Sean Ross here, and I hope all of you guys enjoyed the week break that we had, because I am here with a new haircut to give you guys my live reaction to the latest chapter of My Hero Academia. We are on manga chapter number 284, which is entitled Deep Blue Battle.
Shigaraki! Come at me with all you've got!
And I am so ready for this chapter. Our battle is going airborne. We are jumping right into the deep blue sky because in last chapter, our boy Deku unlocked Float. He is utilizing Nanashimura's quirk to fly.
I'm flying! I'm flying!
He's flying, he's flying, he's really, really flying.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
And I have so many questions about Deku unlocking Nana's quirk and whether or not this moment is the first time the quirk is manifesting. Hopefully I get my answers, but what I do know is that Deku jumped high into the sky, is using Black Whip to bring everyone else up with him, including Shigaraki, and Deku is getting ready to punch Shigaraki with all that he's got. Yo, I am hyped, I am excited, a little bit nervous, but I cannot wait to see what is going to go down in this week's chapter. So, mount ladies and gentle criminals, without further ado, let's dive right into chapter 284. All right, here we go. Picking up right where last chapter left off. And on this first page, we really get to see how high Deku leaped up into the sky while connecting Black Whip to everybody.
Imagine the egg not exploding in the microwave. My arms and legs are aching, and I can't keep this up for long. I've got this! Come on, I've got this!
If Shigaraki touches the ground again, it'll mean another wave of mass destruction. I gotta keep him up in the air. Oh, whoa, what's going on with Black Whip in this panel? No good. My control is shaky. It's because Deku's emotions. He's too emotional right now. That's what Lariat said about his quirk back when it manifested, that Deku's emotions would be a factor in his control and power over Black Whip. And we already know Deku is beyond pissed because of Shigaraki.
Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you.
So Deku needs to gain that control back. He needs to breathe in and breathe out, because the last thing we need is him losing control of his quirks right now.
You smart.
Yo, smart move, Deku. Because he's losing control, he places everyone else back down on the ground, but he's keeping Shigaraki up in the air with him. Very smart. Take care of Gran Torino and the rest. And we see Endeavor yelling at Shoto, they need first aid now. Get to it, Shoto. Shoto's actually well prepared for this moment.
Hey, what's this stupid thing? Tell me, what is it? A wiener?
Excuse me, kid.
Wiener, it's a wiener!
Don't touch me, I'm sterile!
His utility belt has the first aid kits. 5 weenies to the rescue. He was ready for this moment. How pathetic. The #1 hero should be up there. It should be me. Hey! And then Bakugo's just yelling, hang on, Deku. You're the one guy who needs to keep his distance from that creep. He's no longer being held back by Erasure. But who else can keep Shigaraki off the ground?
The entire purpose of One for All is to defeat All for One. As its holder, you may one day have to fight against this great evil yourself. Because I failed.
Deku's not wrong here. He really is the only one that can go toe-to-toe with Shigaraki right now. And as much as Endeavor and Bakugo don't want to hear this, Deku is kind of right.
What are you gonna do about it, huh? Come at me, bro.
Yo, that face on Shigaraki right there. He is not worried or scared at all as Deku is yanking him towards him and keeping him in the sky. He's like, whatever, Deku, bring it on. You like the sky that much? Good, because after I steal one for all, I'll send you straight to heaven. Same goes for that old fool and the others down there. You shouldn't have said that, Shigaraki. Now you just made Deku even more pissed. You're not gonna hurt them anymore.
Come on, I want you to do it, I want you to do it. Come on, hit me. Come on, hit me. Come on, hit me.
Yo, Deku is ready. He is yanking Shigaraki towards him Scorpion style. Get over here! And it looks like these two are about to collide. The sky battle has begun. Let's go. And then Bakugo just watching this unfold from the ground. You want us to help with this training?
Flashback.
Yo, we're getting a flashback. Don't tell me we are about to get a float training flashback. I hope that's the case, because it looks like we're going back to like the winter season. We got UA. This has to be a flashback during the 3-month time skip. Yo, and we can see Sero, Ochiko, and Sue in their winter training garb. And I like Ochiko's hair tied back. She looks really cute in this panel right here. I like that hairstyle on her. And they're all pointing at each other. So, what should we do?
What?
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Wait a minute.
I'm your opponent now! But I'll warn you, famed frog pirates, this afro don't take prisoners!
So funky!
Speaking of hairstyles,
What is that?
Deku. What the hell is that? Deku has a fro. Why does Deku have an afro?
Messes with the dude!
Thanks for taking the time to be here. I'd like some advice about handling my new power. You mean Black Whip? I thought you were whipping like a pro already. And, what's with the new do?
Hello there.
I have the exact same question, Sero. Why does Deku have an afro right now? This? It's because I keep losing in a training exercise we call Catch a Kachan with Black Whip.
And now you die.
And we have a little diagram showing that exercise. Bakugo dodging all the black whips, and then he's throwing explosions in Deku's face. That has to be what's causing the afro. Just constant explosions, frizzing and burning his hair into just a nice looking fro.
The finishing blow!
Ah, look at the top of his head!
Haven't caught him once. Yet, actually, I wanted to ask you, Sero, about dealing with fast-moving targets since you've got a similar quirk.
Look.
Oh, I like that. His speech bubble is in the form of his afro. That's a nice design choice. I like that, Horikoshi.
Yeah! Oh, no, you don't!
Catch a Kachan rules. If Bakugo evades capture and taps Deku, Bakugo wins.
What?
And Ochiko is hearing this and she can't believe her ears. She's like, Bakugo, what are you doing to my man?
What the fuck?
But why do explosions come into play? Once a jerk, always a jerk. Huh, Bakugo? She is defending her man right here. It's like, Bakugo, were explosions really necessary in this exercise? Deku's the one who said to make it like a real battle.
So come at me with all you've got!
And I honestly can see Deku saying that. Basically, he's saying, Kachan, come at me with all you've got. I want this to be real training, so put explosions in my face. Why not?
Get off of me!
Oh, that's cute. Sue and Ochiko defending Deku as they're just kind of like throwing their fists at Bakugo. Then tell me, what can I do? I'm still learning how to use my wires. And shouldn't Aizawa-sensei be the man to teach whip techniques?
Yeah, I am here.
And All Might's coming over like this, mimicking Ochiko a little bit, but what lie is All Might gonna spin in order to get them to train with Deku?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
Professor Uraraka, you're here to teach him about body control while breaking in midair. But Deku's already good at bouncing around. Like hippity-hoppity. Yes, he is very good at hippity-hoppity, Sue. Very good observation, but we need to further his training. Well, more power means increased hang time.
Oh no.
And Deku is waiting nervously, hoping this lie will get them to help and train him. And they're all like, oh, that makes sense. And he needs to master advanced mobility in midair. As for Aizawa, your teacher is busy at the moment. And we got a panel shot showing Kurogiri in Tartarus. Aizawa's visiting an old school friend, Shirakumo. I've already got everyone's moves written down. Sensei's too. I think we can find some common ground in terms of how we use our bodies.
Actually, I've been taking notes on everybody in our class too. Here's what I've got on your zero gravity.
And look at their faces. Like, it should come as no surprise that Deku wrote down all their quirks and notes within his notebook, but their faces are just like, oh my god, Deku, you are such a superhero nerd. Their faces are hilarious. Yo, here we go. Float training begins.
Let go your earthly tether. Enter the void. Empty and become wind. Empty and become wind.
You know, Deku, I've always known that you're amazing. You've got so much drive and focus in you.
Oh, this panel is cute and adorable. I love this. Ochako floating Deku up in the air. I love this panel. Imagine you're swimming through the air, but keep your arms and legs balanced. Good, good. Okay, so that's how it works. Hey! Propulsion via air force. Oh, there you go. And that explains how he's gonna move once he uses float. He's just gonna flick his fingers and move around via air force. Now stay up in the air and get some coaching on Black Whip. Got it. And we see All Might going to sit down right next to Bakugo. It's going great, huh? The float quirk suspends the body in midair, much like her zero gravity. Getting a feel for it ahead of time should help him keep it under control when it manifests. Exactly. Plus, conceptualizing what it's like to fly could lead to unlocking it.
You very smart.
That's actually really smart too. Kind of killing two birds with one stone. You have Ochako training Deku using her zero gravity on what float would feel like, so that way if it does manifest, he'll have the feeling and be able to have all this training to fall back on and just utilize it like that. But maybe this training could also manifest it as well. So that way, either way, it's a win-win. That's smart.
It'll quench ya.
Yo, that branding right there. That Gang Orca water bottle. Requarius.
Gang Orca.
So, I've got even more disappointments today. But what would you do if your desperate trap was not enough? You must always be planning your next move! So, what now?
It's the quenchiest.
I wonder if that's the same brand of water bottle that we've seen Gang Orca use in the past. That's actually really funny. You can't keep fooling people forever. This ain't like when it was just super strength. Pretty soon, the cat's gonna fly out of the bag.
He's right, you know.
Bakugo's right. I mean, with all these quirks manifesting, it's just a matter of time until everyone's gonna be like, wait a minute. Deku's utilizing more than one quirk. What the hell is going on here? It's gonna happen sooner rather than later. And then we see Deku training as he's floating, launching Black Whip at Sue as she's jumping from pillar to pillar. Keep your back straight. Don't launch it. Imagine stretching it out. I'm not telling anyone about anything beyond Black Whip, and this training should prevent the next power from exploding out the way this one did. Yeah, we want to avoid with how Black Whip manifested. That night, you seem to understand how someone who has great power bestowed on them needs to think very carefully about how it puts others at risk. It's not only the wicked who seek power.
If this got out, people'd be confused and they'd start wondering where the power is. You idiot, what were you thinking when you first told me about it?
Remember, with great power comes comes great responsibility.
Deku trusts you with his life, but in the notebook about the successors, your summary of the fourth was kinda half-finished. Only that one.
You what?
And you can see like a section in the notebook scribbled out a bit. All Might, what are you hiding right now? Did he find something out about the fourth user but then just scribbled it out? Because the fourth user, I believe, is the guy with the scar. That's the user that passed it on to Banjo, Black Whip user, who was the fifth user. Was it like a quirk or something he did in the past? What's up with the fourth scar user?
What? How? Why? I have so many questions!
Meanwhile, you wrote down detailed notes for the others, like the cause of death for the 5th, 6th, and 7th. Why is that? And then when I brought it up, you didn't tell me everything. Huh. Well, what is it? Did you figure out something about One for All? Not yet.
He's pissed.
And All Might got a bit angry right there. He yelled back at Bakugo like, shush, calm down, don't say anything. I don't want to speculate and talk about things I'm not sure of, because I'm worried for him. You are too. He just, deep down, he doesn't take himself into account, you know? He's always been like that. And now that he can do so much more, something doesn't feel right. It makes me want to keep him at arm's length.
Oh, ominous!
Back then, I ignored my own weakness, so I ended up bullying him. But now you're sincerely helping out with his training. That's your way of trying to atone, right?
If you keep looking down on everyone else, you'll never be able to see your own weaknesses. You've grown up so much, you know?
He really does have a heart, doesn't he?
Oh, I am loving this conversation between Bakugo and All Might right here. So Bakugo feels like he's trying now to atone for what he did in the past, because he bullied Deku, and where they've now come to understand each other after their part 2 fight. But it's interesting how Bakugo's saying all this. Hey! Like, he's trying to help out Deku, but he's also kind of like worried about him. But he's also trying to keep him at a distance. Like, he's scared of Deku, but also scared of what could happen to Deku.
Take back Deku.
This is really interesting for Bakugo, getting like some inner dialogue and just how he's been internalizing everything.
Hi, how are you?
Precision over power. Nice and easy. I get it. Think of it as an extension of your body. So those are just Sue, Ochiko, and Sero training Deku right there. Though I'm sure he doesn't see it that way. When I said you and Endeavor are a lot alike, I was talking about that change.
I see it. You are me.
We're not so different, you and I.
Yeah, they are both trying to kind of atone for their past mistakes. That parallel right there. Bringing it up, All Might, all right. He couldn't take a good look at himself either, until I wound up like this. You'll get a chance to talk, eventually. Not that I'm in a position to say much.
End of flashback.
Am I the only one who just noticed a huge tone shift here?
And now we're out of the flashback. We're back in the present time.
Crap!
And it looks like Bakugo is leading Endeavor by the arm. Endeavor, you gotta make this final one count. Yo, that impact shot.
Yeah! One for all! Keep going! St. Louis! Kick it! Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Oh!
Deku just launching a massive kick smash, shoot style, right into Shigaraki. Oh, look at that panel shot. That looks amazing. And he still has Shigaraki attached with Black Whip. This panel really does remind me of like the beginning of this arc. Before the time skip, there's a similar shot of Deku when he was training with the robots. He did like a kick shot very similar to this on the robots.
He's right, you know.
Identical. But wait! There's more!
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
I'm sure of it. Like, yo, we're kind of coming full circle with this shot and what we had at the beginning of this arc. Yo.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Oh, this looks awesome. Them upside down in midair as Deku's just going ham with these punches on Shigaraki. Looks like he's adapting to my 100% attacks and taking hits. But his wounds are healing slower. The damage is sticking. So Deku's just attacking him with 100% power faster than Shigaraki's body can heal up.
When he gets injured, he has to put himself back together again. That's when I'll have an opening. I'll hit him with 100% of my power, and he'll be knocked out before he can recover.
The last two 100% attacks wrecked my left arm. Shigaraki now possesses All for One. And One for All is a power passed down for the sole purpose of beating All for One. And Deku is winding up his right arm.
Know my power.
He's about to go 100% again. There is no doubt.
Oh no.
And Shigaraki now has fear in his eyes. He is panicking a little bit. He's like, whoa, whoa, wait a minute. Don't do that. He has to go down here. Now's the moment to let it all out. Everything that One for All has to offer.
A hero's job is to risk his life, to turn his promises into a reality! Hey, what the hell? One for all! 100%!
Yo. Double page spread, and Deku unleashed a 100% smash with his other arm. Yo. This is hype, but I am nervous. This is hype, but I am very, very nervous. Because you can see his right arm, the gauntlet is gone. It's tearing apart. He just went 100% with his right arm.
Crap, did I use too much power? I don't think it's broken, is it?
In this moment, he's giving everything he's got to take down Shigaraki. And I don't know if this is good or bad going into next chapter. I am curious to see what the next few pages of next chapter continue after this, because I don't know if this attack injured Shigaraki at all, how much damage it did. I know Deku received some damage, and the fact that his left arm has already been, like, destroyed, it's broken, the right arm is going to follow suit, and we remember what the doctor said after the training camp.
If you sustain this type of injury, even just 2 or 3 more times, I don't think you're going to be able to move your arms anymore.
2 to 3 more hits. That's all he's really got. And then he's going to have permanent damage on his arms.
There's a very bad feeling about this.
No matter what happens to me. Yo, I am hype but nervous. That is the end of this chapter. Next chapter hits September 27th.
When he gets injured, he has to put himself back together again. That's when I'll have an opening. I'll hit him with 100% of my power, and he'll be knocked out before he can recover. One for all, 100%!
Yo, this was a good chapter, and I loved getting that flashback of the training. And I was kind of hoping that we would get to see some type of training during the time skip with Deku and All Might, and them trying to get Deku accustomed to the float quirk before it even manifests. And this chapter does kind of confirm that, yeah, Deku did manifest the float quirk in his fight with Shigaraki, but that flashback has me really nervous for what potentially is going to happen in these next couple of chapters, because All Might's hiding something about the fourth One for All user, the guy with the scar. Whether it's quirk related or something that user did while he harnessed and was utilizing One for All, whatever he did in his past, All Might's not sharing all the information, and he kind of needs to in order to prepare Deku for what could ever happen. Yo, I cannot wait for next chapter. I am hype, but extremely nervous. So with that, guys, that right there is my live reaction to chapter 284 of My Hero Academia. But now I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on the events of this chapter. What are your guys' thoughts on the flashback that we got, plus the conversation between Bakugo and All Might, and what is All Might hiding about the fourth user of One For All? And then with the last double-page smash spread of this chapter, what is going to go down in next chapter with Deku and Shigaraki? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and feel free to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon that you guys can be alerted for every new MHA reaction that pops up on the channel. If you guys want to talk about other things or talk about MHA outside of YouTube, feel free to also follow me over on Twitter. A link to my Twitter account can also be found in the description down below. But that's going to do it for me here, guys. So until next week, when we have chapter 285 of My Hero Academia, I'll talk to you guys next time. But remember, go beyond plus ultra.